Yo, there is no way I didn't realize it sooner. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. If you watched my video yesterday, I showed you all the new pets that came out with the cooking event. And there was one pet I talked about briefly, but it turns out it's one of the best ones in the game right now. And of course, that pet is going to be the brand new Mochi mouse. But real quick, I'm going to show you the passive ability. So when you read it, all active food type pets gain an additional 1.71 XP per second. And if you really think about it, it's very similar to the Blood Owl's passive ability. But the only difference is it affects food type pets. And now for the second passive, every 10 minutes gains an additional 510 bonus experience. And as you can see, both passive abilities give a lot of XP. And also in that video, I did say the starfish was way better, but I was completely wrong. Because it turns out the Mochi mouse is a Blood Owl and starfish put together. It's amazing. And also keep in mind the Mochi mouse is considered to be a food type pet. But then at first, I was like, it could be decent, but I'll figure it out later. Because at the moment, I was trying to get a bunch of spaghetti sloth and sushi bear, but it turns out I was missing out on this one. Because I was told by a friend that after 12 hours they had a level 75 Mochi mouse, and I was like, there is no way, I gotta check it out myself. And it turns out it's miles better than the starfish. So what I did as an experiment, I got 8 Mochi mouse on one account, and to make things even better, I also gave them medium treats, because as you guys know, with medium treats the XP gets boosted like crazy. The Mochi mouse went from level 1 to level 60 in 7 hours, and I have a good feeling after 12 hours, which is half a day, it could get level 75. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys do not have max pet slots, max egg slots, and pet capacity to the max. Like for me, on most accounts I have like 6 egg slots at most, so I think for sure on all my accounts I'm gonna max out everything I have. And basically this is one more reason why you should do the event. I feel like most likely I'm gonna try to get at least like 50 Mochi mouse, because you never know, in the future they could increase their inventory, and they could very easily ask you for a level 85 pet at 95 and 100, and trying to get a pet to level 100 could take a very long time. But on the other hand, with the Mochi mouse, I think that could take at least 2 days. And I know some of you guys are saying, no wait, 2 days is really long, but if you try to do it with the starfish, it's gonna take so much longer, because I'm pretty sure right now the best combination for the starfish is 4 Blood Owls and 3 capybaras, and I'm pretty sure trying to get a Blood Owl is gonna be really difficult right now. There was only 2 ways to get the Blood Owl. The first one is buying it from the Blood Moon shop, and if you didn't buy it before, your second option is gonna be trading. So either way, trying to get a Blood Owl could be somewhat difficult. On the other hand, with the Mochi mouse, you can level up 8 of them at the same time, and every single one of them are gonna use the passive ability on each other. So that means after 12 hours, you could actually have 8 Mochi mouses level 75. Let's say for example, you have a brand new account, right? And if you want to max out the pet slot, the egg slot in your inventory, you need 15 pets. Like no exaggeration, you could have that done in 2 days, all maxed out. And if you have 8 pet slots and 8 Mochi mouses, it's definitely possible, very easily actually. But let's say if you have between 5 to 7 pet slots, it's still very good. Now trying to get the Mochi mouse is a little bit difficult, because I'm pretty sure it's at a 4% chance. But I'm gonna be honest, if you have the Bone Blossom tree, you should get it really fast, because the recipe I use, for example, is going to be 1 banana, 3 small Bone Blossom, and 1 big Bone Blossom. Sometimes instead of bananas I use corn, but if you want you could use coconut as well. Matter of fact, I think today I'm gonna try to use coconuts. I don't know why, but I want to change it up and see if it makes a difference. I highly doubt it though, because I'm pretty sure the one that makes the biggest difference has to be that big Bone Blossom. And if you do not have a Bone Blossom, it's actually something you could do about it. Like I said before, my recipe is 1 banana, 3 small Bone Blossoms, and 1 big Bone Blossom, right? Every single time I do that, I get the prismatic rewards, and whatever Chris P is craving, I ignore it, because that's how overpowered the Bone Blossom is for this event. Let's say Chris told me I want ice cream, right? If I give him a divine ice cream, it's gonna go up 1 tier to prismatic. Now to make an ice cream, the easiest way is gonna be 3 sugar apple and 1 corn, but you have to make sure one of those sugar apples is really big, because the bigger the fruit, the more rewards you get. If you hand in a small ice cream, you're gonna get like 1 or 2 rewards, but if you hand in a big one, you might get between 7 to 10 rewards. So always make sure at least one of those rare fruits is really big, because I'm pretty sure the rarity of the recipe only gives you better rewards. So let's say for example, if you hand in a prismatic small ice cream, most likely it might give you 1 good reward. For example, it could give you like maybe 2 gourmet seed packs, and that's it. But let's say for example you hand in a prismatic ice cream, you're gonna get way more stuff, so you might get like 10 rewards of the rarest things from the event. So they could give you like for example 2 gourmet eggs, 2 gourmet seed packs, 1 advanced sprinkler, 1 Mochi mouse, and so on. So the weight does matter of the recipe. So I'm pretty sure after reading about this, you don't need a Bone Blossom. So whatever Chris is craving, just pay attention to that. So if he's craving a hot dog and you don't have the Bone Blossom, give him a divine hot dog, and when you hand it in, it's gonna turn into a prismatic hot dog. So that option is also available, so try that instead. But right now is gonna be the best time to max out your pet slots, your egg slots, and your inventory. I mean, to be fair, the cooking event is new, so you have like a week and a half left. left. So right now you have to definitely farm the Mochi mouse from the event. If I were you, I would try to get at least like 30 of them, because you never know, in the future you could create a new account. And if you make a bunch of new accounts for other events, you could definitely get the max pet slots and max X slots really fast. And I'm telling you right now, those 8 X slots make a massive difference. I kind of wish I had 8 X slots really early on in Grow Garden, because I feel like I would have had way more raccoons. But then again, at the moment I do have 4 of them, so I can't be that greedy. But I think maxing out your pet inventory is definitely worth it, because at some point I made a new account just to hold my pets. Now that I think about it, why don't we have like infinite pet slots? Because I think having a pet inventory limit is kind of annoying. Like, do you know how many pets I deleted because my inventory was full? And every time it tells me, oh, you have the max capacity 80, I'll just delete anything I see. So Mochi mouse is definitely worth it. Now let's say, for example, you're not going to do the event because you don't like it. I'm trying to convince you right now, the blood owl is nowhere close to the Mochi mouse. It's literally double the XP. What's even crazier, the blood owl did get buffed, and I'm pretty sure at level 60 it gives you 1.11 XP per second. And with the Mochi mouse at level 67, I'm looking at it right now, it gives you 2.65 XP per second. It's so close to being triple the XP of the blood owl. Like, I'm not sure what other motivation you guys need to get the Mochi mouse. I would even say try to trade for it if you can, because I feel like most people do not know how overpowered it is. And what makes it even crazier, I think I sold 3 of them the first day. Like, I did it right before bed because I was like, oh, I don't need this pet, it's not that good anyways. But it turns out I could also make a bunch of mistakes. Now there is one Mochi mouse I have, it's level 87, and I believe to get to that point it took me, I think, 17 hours. So I believe to get you like one Mochi mouse to level 100, it might take you about 30 hours. But at the moment right now, there's no point of having a level 100 pet. Maybe to give it away, but other than that, I don't think there's a reason to have it, because I'm pretty sure most people use it when it's level 75. But here's one thing I might try in the future with the Mochi mouse. I think I'm gonna get 4 of them or 5 of them to level 100, and then use that to level up 3 Mochi mouse. And I'm pretty sure if they hit level 100, I think they're gonna give you 3 XP per second. No, wait a minute, I'm wrong. At level 86, it gives you 3.03 XP per second. So that means at level 100, it might give you 3.50 or even 4. And imagine if you have a bunch of medium toys. Wait, we do get a bunch of medium toys from the event, and I just gave it to the level 86 pet. So it went from 3.03 to 3.33 XP per second. Yeah, when this Mochi mouse hits level 100, it's gonna be the craziest thing ever. But I'll definitely test it out later when I get it. But for the most part, that's pretty much all I got for today. Let me know what you guys think about the Mochi mouse and if you're gonna farm it. Oh, and also soon, before I forget, I'm gonna do the giveaway, maybe tonight. And I'm pretty sure this Saturday I might do another giveaway, a really big one, but this time with a bone blossom that's worth, I think, 70 trillion shekels, maybe a little bit less. So I'll definitely let you guys know how much you can sell it for. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.